I am writing a horror feature film from the ground up, and I'm going to take you along for the journey. Come along. Today, I want to talk about something that, similar to the genre episode, sort of initially feels like a backwards way of doing things, and that is writing your logline first. So, loglines. When should you write them? How long should they be? What's in them? How do you actually write them? We're going to break all that down today. So, a logline. What actually is a logline? It's a 20 to 50-ish word, 1 to 2 sentence pitch for your film. It's a summary of the central conflict of your film. Lots of people have talked about loglines. They're used in pitching your film and your TV show to networks and investors and cast and crew, and then eventually audiences. So, why do you write your logline first before you've even written any of your script? Well, one idea is that by writing the logline first in a similar way to how you write your premise first, you condense your idea from all of these ideas you've got in your head. You condense it right down into one sentences that then you write your pitch from. And that keeps you focused, it keeps you on topic, and it stops you from adding too many different things into your script, because you've got your sentence, you've got your leading light that's going to take you through the process. And that's what a logline does. So, the elements of a logline, they're actually very, very similar to the elements of your script itself. They're just in one sentence bits. So, I've narrowed it down to 6 things. Number 1, the main character, of course. Who is your story about? And interestingly, if your film has an ensemble cast, then describe their ensemble as the one character itself. Whether it be a family, a group of friends, a band, a troop of soldiers, or a town under threat of invasion. Describe the ensemble as one character. Number 2, what do they want? What are they trying to achieve? What are their goals? What is their purpose in the story? Number 3, what's in their way? Who's stopping them? That's where you bring in your antagonistic force. Number 4, what's at risk? What are the stakes? Are we talking about ruining someone's wedding, the chance for someone to get a job interview and make their life better, or is the fate of the planet at risk? These are the types of things that you want to outline in that initial logline, help determine the stakes, help determine what sort of film it is. Number 5, going back to your characters and what's in their way and what do they want. How are they going to actually achieve that? What are some action words that they are going to be doing in order to get their goal? Are they going to be fighting? Are they going to be sneaking? Are they going to be conspiring? Are they going to be running? Are they going to be driving? Are they going to be whatever it might be? You know, get some action words in there so that we get a sense that this is a proactive story and things aren't just happening to the characters. And the 6th thing, of course, is very simple. Where does it actually take place? These things are really important, and they can help build that sense of conflict, and also they can just give you a sense of, does this take place on the moon, or does it take place in London, or does it take place in New York, or does it take place in some far off planet that we've never heard of? These are the types of things that can really help you summarize your entire story down and keep it on track so that you're not missing a really key important detail. So the thing about loglines, obviously, is it's a 1 to 2 sentence summary of the conflict of the entire story, just nestled down into 20 to 30 words. So what's the point of it? Well, if you write it at the beginning, it becomes the soul of your story. It's almost like the premise line that we were talking about with building the premises. It can help you keep everything on track. And also, it's a great tool for bringing on other cast and crew members, bringing on investors, and then eventually bringing your audience in as well. So, some basic do's and don'ts of loglines. Be specific. Your logline should only be able to describe your film and your story. Avoid generic words and generic terms. Avoid evil enemy. Avoid looming presence. Avoid all of these different types of things. All they do is make your logline sound really generic and just like anything else. And obviously, that is not the point. You are going to be spending months, potentially years writing this story. So be specific in your logline. Do hint at character and story arcs through your logline. Use descriptive words for your characters and place things in your logline in certain ways as to build conflict and to hint at what might come in the future. Do focus on actions rather than emotions. That is what your logline is all about. Yes, obviously films can be very introspective and we can have very emotional films, but with your logline it's about the action that it's going to take. You've got to remember that your logline is what is used to sell the film. So Try to focus on actions more than emotions. Focus on one character. Even if your script has hundreds of characters in, always be very aware of who exactly your main character is. And again, if you're writing an ensemble piece, then make sure to treat your ensemble as one character itself. And some don'ts for you. Don't ruin your own film. You're looking to build anticipation and build hype for the film, not to spoil the whole thing. So if you have a big twist in your film, don't ruin it. And don't give away the ending. Your logline should be used to build hype for the film. Don't state the theme. Your theme is something that you will be thinking a lot about, whether it be conservation or the balance of life and death or crime or whatever it might be, whatever your theme is to you. But don't state that in the logline. Your script and your ultimate film is where you can expand on your logline. Don't try and sell people on your theme, sell them on your premise. And an interesting one to end on, don't write the characters' names. You don't need to. Just use descriptive words of them. Don't tell me that their name is Jane or John or Marcus or whatever. Tell me who they are. Are they a secretary? Are they captain of the football team? Are they a pilot? Are they, use descriptive words like that rather than their names. Character names wastes word count, and you just don't need it for the logline. Now that I have ran through a few of those elements of how to write a logline, I am actually going to write the Suckers logline live for you right now. Okay, so now we are going to write the logline for you, and I'm going to do this live. I really haven't pre-prepared any of this, obviously doing my research, but I am writing this completely from a blank slate, which is fantastic. So, we're going to start with a few of our different elements. The first thing that we're actually going to start with is our inciting incident, because sometimes that can just be helpful. That's sort of your premise line type thing. So, humanoid... actually, that's not really the inciting incident. The inciting incident is more a group of teenagers. Teenagers are attacked and killed off the beaches of a seaside UK town. Okay, that's more the inciting incident. The humanoid sea monsters invade, that's more of the general plot. So you can see actually how there I had to bring it back actually and go, oh, okay, remember I'm pitching this. So that's our inciting incident. Teenagers are attacked and killed off the beaches of a seaside UK town. So who's our main character? Well, our main character is a lady called Susie. She is our secretary. And what are some things about her? She is underappreciated. Ooh, I can't spell today. Underappreciated, overlooked, not respected, seen as an accessory. But she loves the ocean. She loves her community. And she has a great way with people. She's very friendly, very personable. So what are her real flaws? She is lacks confidence. She is unable to speak up. Or afraid to speak up. And that's it, she's unafraid to speak up. Okay. What is in their way? Well, we've got two things. One, the monsters, of course. Humanoid sea creatures attacking people. And then we've got the mayor. Corrupt, sexist, only cares about profit. So she's got two things in her way. What does she want? Because sometimes this is quite helpful. So what does she want? She wants to speak up for herself, she wants to stand up for herself, to gain, to have an impact on her community. Okay, so what is at risk here? What is at risk? So it's the fate of the town, really. The fate of the town, the lives of tourists, but also we've got the livelihoods of locals as well. So let's also think, so actions. So how are they going to achieve their goal? So we're going to have, so there's going to be some fighting, some rebelling, some investigating. We're going to be discovering. We're going to be uncovering. Again, these are just good words to start adding in there. And of course, setting. Southend on Sea, UK, seaside town. Okay, so now that we've got this, what I would like to do is go in and just to add some more bits as well. So yes, we've got Susie, but we've also got Jack, who is the out of town journalist, because this is one of those things, because the story has this out-of-town journalist who's going to be a real driving force in the plot, and then Susie's going to sort of discover her proactiveness. He needs to be described in some way. So he is sharp, he is quick-witted, willing to speak truth to power, but he's American. That's probably a good detail to add. Willing Street, but he lives life on the road. Never settled down, and he doesn't value community like Susie does. Okay? All of these elements, by the way, if they seem a bit out of the blue, we're going to go into these elements in future videos so you get a much better sense of what I'm going through here. This is going to be particularly good in the four-corner opposition, because Jack and Susie are not just they're not just partners together. They're not treated as one thing. They are actually going to be opposing each other. So yeah, we're going to go all into that. So let's have a crack at actually writing it. So let's just start placing some things together. So usually a good method is the old after the inciting incident. So after a group of teenagers are attacked while swimming off the beaches of a UK seaside town. Okay, so that's sort of one element. Again, don't judge me yet. And the let's investigate. Now, okay, this is what we got after just a few minutes here. So, what have we got here? After a group of teenagers are attacked while swimming off the beaches of a UK seaside town, an out-of-town journalist and the overlooked, underappreciated secretary of the corrupt mayor must investigate and uncover the truth behind these attacks. It's okay. It's a bit long-winded, and it is a bit long as well. So the main problem that I have with this is actually not specific enough. It doesn't tell you anything about the sea monsters. So what I might do is do another draft, which is a little bit more punchy. After two teenagers wash up dead on the shore of a UK seaside town, attacked by a mysterious creature, the underappreciated oh, I can't spell today. Underappreciated mayor secretary must team up with the out of town with an out of town, not the out of town, with an out of town list to discover the truth okay, so I'm liking where this is going. After two teenagers wash up dead on the shore of a UK seaside town, attacked by a mysterious creature. You know what I might do? Let's just, after two teenagers are attacked by a after teenagers are attacked by a mysterious creature, are ravaged by mysterious creatures off the beaches of a UK seaside town, the overlooked and underappreciated mayor's secretary must team up with an out-of-town journalist to discover the truth about the attacks. And then we need the stakes. That's the thing, at the moment it's not lacking any stakes. Before summer hits and the beaches are crowded with tourists. So after teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious creature off the beaches of a UK seaside town, the overlooked and underappreciated mayor's secretary must team up with an out-of-town journalist to discover the truth about the attacks before summer hits and the beaches are crowded with tourists. What I want to add in there is I want to add something about the creatures at the end. But let's do a third draft and really work to sharpen this up. So because we're currently at 45 words, which is obviously a little bit long. Not crazy long, but it's just a little bit long. So let's do after teenagers are. I like the by mysterious. I'm going to put sea creature. Teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches. Seaside town. I'm going to put the overlooked mayor. To a corrupt mayor. I'm actually going to take out. God, I cannot spell corrupt. It's corrupt. The overlooked secretary to the corrupt mayor must discover the truth. Must discover. I'm gonna go. I want something about. And must discover something and fight for the truth before the beaches with summer tourists. I'm going to do it before the beaches become crowded with summer tourists. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK seaside town, the overlooked secretary to the corrupt mayor must discover secrets and fight for the truth before the beaches become. I'm just going to put discover the truth. Must discover the truth before the beaches become crowded with summer tourists. I want something to hint at the action at the end of it, so I'm going to put, instead of crowded, I'm going to put before swarmed with summer tourists. With humanoid Okay, so I'm sort of liking this structure a little bit more. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK seaside town. I'm going to put actually, we don't need to see sea, because obviously if there's beaches. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor must discover the truth before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists with humanoid, flesh-eating sea monsters on the loose. It's just that end bit, isn't it? Let's just see how it sounds without it. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor must discover the truth before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists and a bloodbath. Before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists. Something in there. Something in the end there about. Okay, actually, let's. So what I like here is the mix of summer tourists, flesh-eating humanoid sea monsters. Almost like I'm thinking before the summer season hits and crowds of tourists alongside. Well, let's have a look. Before the summer season hits and crowds of tourists line up along the beaches, swarm, and tourists crowd the beaches. Alongside these flesh-eating humanoid sea monsters. How does that sound? Okay, so after teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor must discover the truth before the summer season hits and tourists crowd the beaches alongside these flesh-eating humanoid sea monsters. It's the alongside. After teenagers are ravished by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to corrupt men must discover the truth before the summer season hits and tourists crowd the beaches. See, actually, I prefer the old one. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to a corrupt man must discover the truth before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists. With ravenous humanoid sea monsters lurking in the murky water. Okay, I like that. After teenagers are ravaged by a mysterious sea creature off the beaches of a UK town, the overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor must discover the truth before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists with flesh-eating sea monsters lurking in the murky water. I don't think that's actually too bad. That's got all the elements in it. So we've got our inciting incident. We've got our main character, overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor. We've actually got our antagonist in there as well. So you can see here how we have turned the premise line and the work that we're doing so far into a little bit more of a log line. Just as a reminder, the premise line was at the height of summer in a busy seaside town, the beaches are invaded by ravenous humanoid sea monsters hungry for humanoid flesh. You see, that's good as a premise line because it tells you everything that you need to know, and it sets you off on this journey. Whereas this log line, it tells you a little bit more about the central conflict that's going on. No doubt this will change, and I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about it in the comments. But what do you think of my log line that I have just written? And I genuinely have written this live. What do you think of my initial log line for Suckers? After teenagers are ravaged by mysterious sea creatures off the beaches of a UK town, the shy, overlooked secretary to a corrupt mayor must discover the truth and fight for it before the beaches become swarmed with summer tourists with flesh-eating sea monsters lurking in the murky water. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what else you would like to see me do. I'm going to be doing more of these types of things, writing live on camera, which is always very strange, but I hope that you like it, and I hope that this video has proved helpful for you writing your log line at the start of the process and using it as your guiding light. Anyway, leave a comment, leave a like, please subscribe, please share, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.